This is my monthly double eyeshadow update. I will be giving you my November update for the Fun Sized Pan That palette and also the November update for my Love Your Eyeshadows project. Hi, I'm Andi. Welcome or welcome back. I'm really happy that you're here. I have really enjoyed doing these. We have 1 month left. I really don't know if I'm going to be doing the Pan That palette, whatever the Fantastic Ladies theme, or pick my own theme. I'm not sure about that. I know I will not be doing the Love Your Eyeshadows because I have another eyeshadow project that I'm going to be doing that involves my singles, and I am so excited about that. So let's go ahead and get started on the Fun Size Pan That palette. This is a Fantastic Ladies collab, and it was created by Jackie Lutens. I will have a link to the Fantastic Ladies in the description box below. This year I am attempting still to pan the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk quad. Obviously, it's not going to be done by the end of the year. Once I realized that I was not going to be finishing this palette, then my goal became to hit pan in every shade. And as you can see, I have hit pan in every shade. I hit pan before the last update. I'm hoping to at least have side pan by the end of the year on shade 2. It's very close, very, very close. It is getting very difficult to use my fluffy brush in this palette on those 2 matte shades because of the huge pan in the middle, but I've been making do. This is what it looked like last month and what it's looking like now. I have used shade 1 0 times since the last update. I have used shade 2 4 times. I have used shade 3 0 times. And I have used shade 4 4 times. You guys, I don't like the shimmers. I have not made that a secret. I don't like the shimmers. I think that's not a good formula. I have other shimmers that I love so much more. I was happy that I hit pan in the 2 shimmers, and I might I might use them a couple more times. I don't know, but I am of the mindset that if I don't like something, I don't use it because life is too short to wear makeup you don't like. Here's what it looked like when I first brought it in, virtually untouched. Maybe 1 use, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you the total uses for each shade. Shade number 1 has been used 54 times. Again, 0 times this past month, so it's staying at 54. Shade number 2 has been used 76 times. Shade number 3 has been used 44 times. Again, 0 times this update, but we're staying at 44 uses for shade 3. And then shade 4 has been used 68 times. This makes me kind of sad that I have not tracked the usage on some of my more favorite palettes, because if I used these this many times just this year, I know my Stone Cold Fox has to have hundreds of uses on it because that is my favorite palette, and I use that. There are a handful of palettes that I use more than any other palette. So my goals up until the finale are going to be hitting side pan in this shade right here, and what the heck, I'm going to try to hit side pan in this shade as well, because I mean that would be a good goal. You can see it's very thin on the side right here. So I'll go ahead and concentrate on these 2 because I do like to wear this with my warm looks sometimes just as a transition and a crease shade, but I don't always use warm neutrals. The last couple of months I had a lot of warm neutrals going on. I'm kind of over that right now, although I've still been doing a lot of neutrals. So we're going to switch gears here, and we're going to go with my Love Your Eyeshadows project. Like I said, we have 1 month left before the finale. I will be doing a finale with this project, and I will be doing a different eyeshadow project next year. I'm very excited about it. I might have bit off more than I can chew, as always, but I'm still very excited about it. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you in January. If you've never seen me do this project before, I randomly choose 2 palettes, 2 singles, and a Super Shock. One of the singles being a ColourPop single, and one of the singles being anything else because I have a lot of ColourPop singles from depotting my palettes. So starting with what's been in here the longest, in August, I brought in the shade Trainwreck. This is from the Lilac You A Lot palette, ColourPop Lilac You A Lot palette. This is my ColourPop single. I just realized I did not have an inner corner. Forgot to do an inner corner today, so I just put it in my inner corner. So as of the last update, I had 7 uses. I have used it 4 more times for a total of 11 uses. Add 10 uses. Now I have 11 uses. This is what that shade looks like. It's very pretty. I've gotten my use being an inner corner, or if I do a purple look, which this is more, this isn't quite a purple look, but I think it looks good in the inner corner. So that is rolling out. Yay. That is rolling out. Next up in September, I rolled in the Space Case Quad. The shade, this shade right here was randomly chosen. And what is that? Bellatrix, which Jessica told me is a constellation. So that was interesting to find out because I didn't know what that meant. But this is called Bellatrix, and it is a really pretty dark brown shimmer. That is what that looks like. I have used this 5 times since the last update for a total of 10 uses. So that is also rolling out. And now I have 3 shades that were brought in October. The first one that was randomly chosen was the Ipsy with Betty Boop collab. And it is the palette She's So Betty. And this shade right here was brought in, which, I mean, I was kind of like, because there's all these such pretty cool shades. And I just rolled a shadow out that looked just like it. It never fails. I get a blue, green, or an orange. And I don't even have that many of those, but I do get them a lot. It's a pretty shade. It is not, it's not as gold as you would think it would be. It's very orange. Very, very, very orange. You would think it would be a little bit more gold. When I'm looking at it, it looks gold. And I don't really think it has a flip to it, but I think it's just perception. So that is what that looks like. Again, very orange. I have only used this once since the last update. So 1 use on that shadow. Whatever. I mean, I'm fine with that. Like I said, I've not been doing as many warm neutral looks as I had in the last couple of months. And if I'm being honest, I forgot about it. I did. I totally forgot that this was in here, even though it's sitting right beside me in my little palette organizer. Oh well. The next shadow that I brought in last month was from my singles, and this is the Sydney Grace shade in Commission. It is a very pretty goldy green shade and kind of like an army green. And it's a Sydney Grace, and Sydney Grace's formula is fan-freaking-tastic. So, but you guys, again, I've only used it once since the last update for a total of 1 use. I didn't forget about this one, but I didn't do any green looks this past, you know what? I did one. I did one, but it was a brighter green, and that didn't really match with it. So I did not use that in that green look, but I'm sure I'll get some use on it. I don't know if I will get all 9 uses on that one, or all 9 uses on the She's So Betty before the next update, before the finale, but we'll see. We'll see. I might. It could happen. And the last shadow is the ColourPop Super Shock. I always bring in a ColourPop Super Shock, and the shade Ember was chosen. This is such a pretty inner corner. It is a minty green shade. Again, green. But that's what it looks like. It's a very pretty minty green, and it really can be used as an inner corner for things that aren't necessarily green. But you guys, I've only used this twice since the last update for a total of 2 uses because it was just brought in last month. So I did not get very much use on any of the shadows that were brought in last month. But you know what? I'm okay with it. Again, this is just a project for me to use my eyeshadows. eyeshadows. So if I go, you know, if I have some in for a couple of months, so be it. It's fine. It's fine. I have other eyeshadow. I have so many eyeshadows that I'm working on in different projects, and my No Pan Left Behind challenge, which I did not update for quarter 3 yet. I'm going to try to update it for quarter 3, and then give the finale in January. But I don't know if I'm going to have time, because I'm working full time now, and while I love it, I don't have as much time to film as I did. So we have 2 shades rolling out. We have Trainwreck from the ColourPop singles, and we have the Space Case Bellatrix. So I'm bringing up my wheel of names, and we're going to choose the single shadows first, but they need to be my ColourPop. Okay, finally, we're going to open my ColourPop singles, and let's see what we get. Be nice to me. I only have 1 month left. Be nice to me. N3. I have no idea what N3 is, but we will pull it together. And now we're going to go to my palettes. We're going to choose a palette. That is amazing. Huda Naughty Nudes. One of my favorite palettes in my entire collection. When I go get that, we will do a random number generator and figure out which shade I'm going to use 10 times. You guys don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back. This is where I have 2 of these, which hold my ColourPop singles, and I have them like a grid. So N3 is this shade right here. I'm going to re-roll because I am working on a shade very, very similar to this in a different project. So we're going back to my ColourPop singles. Let's see what we get. G6. So it's the same palette. Let's see what G6 is. No. G6 is a green. Damn it. No. 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 No greens, no oranges, no blues. E5. Okay. E5 is this purple right here. I'll allow it. I will allow it. This is from Lilac You A Lot palette. I'm glad there's only 1 month left of this, you guys. I am enjoying this. I really am. But the spinny wheel does me dirty. All right, you guys. Man, that was a little much. That was a little extra. It's a little extra. All right. We have the Naughty palette from Huda Beauty. This is what it looks like. It has 18 shades, right? 18 shades. So let's get our random number generator out. And I'm going to see what shade it's going to tell me that I have to use 10 times. This, I couldn't find it. It's because it was over here in my... I just used it the other day, you guys. Just used it the other day. I love this palette so much. Bringing up the Pretty Random app, we're going to put in 1 through 16, 18, 18. And let's see what it gives us. Shade number 13. So we have... Shade number 13 is this jelly weird thing. I think that the panning gods are mad at me because I'm not doing this project next year. And now it's giving me all it's throwing it all at me at once. But if you have this palette or any of the Huda palettes that have that jelly, cream jelly weird thing with the little balls in it, you can use that as a shadow primer, an eyeshadow primer. I learned that from Z Dooley. Yeah, eyeshadow primer. So I have to use this 10 times. And I have to use this 10 times. This shouldn't be a problem. This shouldn't be a problem. I like my purples, I do. But I still have to use this 9 times. I have to use the Betty Boop palette, this shade right here. I have to use it 9 times. I have to use that 9 times, and then I have to use my Super Shock 8 more times. That one right there. So I'm going to swatch our new color story. You're not going to be able to see the jelly one. So, whatevs. All right, you guys, this is our new color story. This is our old color story. It looks very similar, you guys. I just really want something different. I don't want the greens. I don't want the oranges. I don't want the blues every single time. I don't even have that many. Like, seriously, I don't have that many greens. I don't have that many oranges. And I definitely don't have many blues. But for some reason, that's what the wheel gives me all the time. All the time. So let me know what you think of this month's color story. Again, I'm just like, it's okay. I always will use this, and I will try to get my uses out of this. This is a great inner corner. This will be used because I'll use it as a base. You can't see it. It's the jelly. It's the jelly shade. But I will get that. I will get my use out of that because I'll use it as an eyeshadow primer. This, I'm not sure, will roll out at the finale just because I don't wear a lot of purples this shade. I wear like cool purples and like true cool purples and like lavender and things like that. I don't really wear anything like that, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Let me know what you guys are working on, if there's an eyeshadow that's giving you fits or something that you're so excited that you finished. And before you go, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button down there, it tells YouTube that you like my content, puts me in front of more people. And if you haven't already, you've just maybe been lurking in the background, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you join me. And if you're not ready to go yet, you can always watch that video right there. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here. And until next time, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.